All right. Hello, hello, hello. We are going live. Tonight is Thursday night. It is. It is. It is. It is. Give everybody a minute to pop on YouTube and on Facebook Live. I'm super excited for our day 8. Hey, Tangi. Thank you for joining. Good to see you. Good to see you. I hope you all are having a wonderful evening and week so far. I'll give you guys a few more minutes to conversation so we can all talk about how to get what we want for Christmas. I think that's majorly important, especially right about now. Hey, Yolanda. Hey, sis. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Um, it has been yet another fruitful day in the world of Dr. Shana. I hope you also have had fruitful days today and you've done quite a few things, I'm sure. This season does bring about a lot of stuff, right, to do. Maybe things you didn't always have to do other than it being the holiday. But here it is. We always have lots and lots and lots of things to do. But I'm hopeful that you're off to a great week. And guess what? Tomorrow is Friday. The week is almost over. We always say TGIF. Well, I say TGIT, TGIW, TGIM. Thank God for all of them. Because if we're here to talk about them, that means we're here to talk about them. We haven't missed them. So we on this side of things and not the other side. So I count those wins on every single level, completely and totally. All right. So I am Dr. Shana. I am here to help you shift from where you are to where you are destined to be. I inspire change, but I teach transformation. And I'm here with the 12 days of Christmas, day number 8. Can you believe it? We have been here 8 days, family, and I am super excited. Tonight's a good one. Hey, Sydney. And it is, excuse me, let me drink me a little bit of water. Mm. Tonight's talk is all about how to get what you want for Christmas. Now, who doesn't want to know that? There's some secrets to it, y'all. And I'm going to give it all away just today. Okay, so here's the thing. Have you ever, maybe this is when you were a kid, perhaps. Maybe some of y'all, this happened when y'all were grown-ups. I don't know. But you're waiting for Christmas and you run to the tree and you're like, oh, you're hoping it's exactly what you wanted under the tree. And maybe this was even your birthday. It could have happened. And you unwrap it and all the excitement is there. And as soon as you unwrap it, you look at it and you say, oh, okay. Thank you. But that really wasn't what I was looking for. You're thinking, you're hoping that it's something, but when you get to it, it's not at all what you wanted. So there's that disappointment that comes from not getting the thing that you had hoped that it was. And so here's the thing. What's the secret to actually getting what you want for Christmas, for life, for anything? Hey, TC. Hey, Ty. Thank y'all for joining. The secret is so simple, y'all. This isn't rocket science. I'm not building, some new system here. This is simple stuff. The secret to getting what you want for Christmas or any other time in life is just asking for what you want. Simple. So this is what happens. We walk around with all of these things that we want in our own head, and we assume that other people can just read our minds and they know what we want. Now, we're talking about Christmas, but I'm going to bring this all the way just to regular life. You may walk around with people in your life, and when you need something from them and you do not ask them for it, and when you do not get it, we can get mad at them because they didn't give us the thing that we said that we wanted. Well, my question for you is, did you ask? So we make a couple of really, really big mistakes. We think other people are mind readers, and we think, well, you know me. You've known me for 20 years. Maybe it's your husband. Maybe it's your wife. Maybe it's your friends, your kids. And you think, well, they know me. They know what I want. They know what I like. Well, if you never ask, it is highly unfair for you to hold someone else responsible for not providing something for you that you didn't ask for. Period. Just not fair. The second thing is that we can do is when even we're asked, so what is it that you want? Simple stuff like, where do you want to go to eat? Or what do you want for this or that? It's, oh, and it really doesn't matter. And it really does matter. And when they decide for you, you get the thing that they decided on and you mad because, oh, I didn't want this. I don't like that. You did not give a straight, honest answer. So what I'm saying here is we can be really unfair, which ends us up not getting the thing that we really want. There's a word for it, a clinical word. It's called, we are not being assertive. We are not asserting ourselves. And y'all have heard that word before. It's not a new word. But when we do not assert ourselves, here's the byproduct. You do not get your needs met. We don't get them met. That's just like you sitting in a room full of people and everybody got a sandwich and you are hungry. Your back is about to fall out, and someone says, Dr. Shana, would you like something to eat? And I said, oh, no, 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 I'm fine. I'm not hungry. Well, I had a need. I didn't ask for what I needed. I was not honest with what my needs were, so I didn't get my needs met. So I sit here and I'm hungry. But I'm mad at y'all because y'all all eat real good. Yeah, well, whose fault is that really? It really becomes unfair when we expect other people to know what we need and what we want, and we have not asked them for that. Okay. So remember, I like this to be a conversation. So y'all talk back to me if you've ever experienced that and it was actually you on the other side of it where you didn't ask for what you need, you didn't get it. And here's the byproduct: when you don't ask for what you need, you don't get your needs met. One, you become stressed out, frustrated, angry, disappointed, and all of that, mad at other people. Of not being assertive. It's a life that we can live where we walk around completely disgruntled because we're not getting anything that we need out of life. That is exactly what happens when you don't ask for what you need. And I'm not saying you just walk around with this sign say, well, I need this and I need this and I need that. That's not what I mean. All of this is in, the right timing and the right place and the way that we ask for these things. But you cannot assume that other people are going to meet your need if you don't ask. Even folks who've known you forever, you can't assume that. Have you ever been in a position where needed something from someone so bad, and you thought they knew you so well, but you never asked and they didn't deliver it? So even when you're in great pain, we think other people may know what we need. They don't know. We have to ask. So there's a real simple way for us to get to this. Sometimes folks are like, well, I don't even know how to ask for what I need. Sometimes we may feel like, well, that's kind of, it sounds selfish. It sounds like I'm just doing what's best for me. Well, again, I'm not saying you walking around with a sign every day saying, give me, give me, give me, give me, give me. That's not what I'm saying. But if you really have a need for something, I suggest you ask for it. But this is how you ask. Instead of assuming that other people are going to know what you need, what you can say is, what I need from you is. That's real simple. What I need from you is for you to listen. I mean, it doesn't have to be something tangible that you need, family. It could be other things. I just need for you to listen. That's all I need. I don't need any responses. I'm not looking for you to solve a problem. I just need to talk, and I need someone to listen. Perhaps maybe you just need someone to just sit in a room with you. You don't need to talk at all. I just want you to be here. Perhaps what I need for you to do, if you need something specific, can you just help me more around the house? And what that looks like is XYZ. You see what I mean? It's not being vague. We have to be very specific. And when you ask for what you need, the next question is, can you do that? Can you do that? Because here's this other mistake that we make. If we get to the point we ask what we need, we don't ask if they can actually do it. Because perhaps maybe they can't. Maybe they don't have the capacity to. We can ask, but they have a choice to do it or not as well. But if we never ask, we never get what we need. Talk back to me. Has anyone had that experience where you really needed something, but you didn't ask? Now, here's the second piece of this whole asking for what you need and asserting yourself. What can happen, one of the reasons we may not ask for what we need, well, there's several reasons. One of them might be something called, we might be in a position with other people where we are codependent. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Codependent. That's not a new word. I'm sure we've all heard that before, but let me kind of break that down for you, because this can become a major problem in us not asserting ourselves with other people in our lives because we're codependent. Codependency is, if I drew you a picture of it, what it means is I cut off both of my legs, so I have none, and you got two, but I give you my two, and now you have four, because I want you to be able to run faster because it's going to make you happy. And now I don't have what I need. So basically, I can just lay down and not do anything because everything I'm doing is based on your happiness and not my own. That is one of the greatest reasons that we do not ask for what we need from other people, because we put other people's happiness before our own, and we end up not taking care of ourselves, because asserting yourself is absolutely a part of taking care of yourself. It's a part of self-care. Know that it is. Because if you don't do it, again, it's nobody else's job to do so. So y'all talk back to me. Have you ever seen that where it maybe it wasn't you, maybe you recognizing other people, but when you put other people's happiness before your own over and over and over again, the only thing it's going to deliver you is a miserable life in existence. It is one that you will not be excited about to get up and go do every day. It is one that you will be waiting for it to be over. It is one that you don't get the thrill out of life because you're not living life for you. In that sense, you're only living for other people. And that is not a life that anyone would definitely want. Am and have always been a giver. So I find it quite challenging to ask anyone for anything. I got it, Yolanda. And you know what? It is definitely a character trait when we are very self-sufficient, independent people, whether we're women or whatever the case might be, we're socialized in that way. And if we ask people for what we need, then maybe that's seen as, oh, well, well, you can't do it for yourself. No, that's not true. It's not true. And think about it this way. If we don't ask for what we need, then we don't have the full capacity to do the things that we actually can do. So here's the thing. If I need a ride somewhere, me sit to do a job, me sitting at home not asking for a ride is not going to give me the room and opportunity to do the thing that I'm really great at, which is the job that I can't get to. So asking for what I need in that position allows me then to use my full potential. It's not a weakness. It is absolutely a strength. Yes, I just don't know how to receive it. Okay, that's a good one because people can offer, but you don't know how to receive it. So we have to get in position to be in receipt of the things that are available to us. And it's not a weakness, though. I think, do you see it that way? Y'all tell me, do you feel like it's a weakness? If I ask for what I need, if I ask for help, or if I receive help from someone else, it may seem as if I'm weak. It may seem as if I'm not capable of doing things for myself. And that may be seen as a negative as opposed to an actual strength. Because I promise you, and I say this all the time in a lot of different arenas and venues, is that we are better together than alone. We do not live on an island all by ourselves. We need other people. We absolutely do. You can't do everything on your own. And there's nothing wrong with being in a position to ask others for help and what you need. Yes, it seems that I always place the needs of others before my own. However, I'm learning and fast to take care of me first. Absolutely. It becomes something we have to learn because many times as women, especially, we get put in positions where we are caretakers to other people and we always put them before us. Now, and codependency is something that gets developed over years. Many times it starts in families because we're taught in families very young, well, what is, do what's best for the next person and not for yourself. And we're socialized that way. And not the fault of any of our parents, because that's where it usually starts anyway. But as adults, it's our job then to rectify and correct that. And again, I'm not saying that you cannot be of service to other people. I tell you all the time, that's what I am. I am a servant. That's what I do all day long. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, we have to be in a position to be in receipt of what's available to us. Ty says, maybe I'm on the wrong with this, but in my past job losses, I have asked for help from some. I was called needy. So I didn't ask for help a lot. I'm doing better with this loss, but people have judged me because they say I'm smart and should be able to figure things out. Okay, Ty. So there's that double kind of standard. So you tell me to ask, and when I do, you say something's wrong with that, and I should figure it out on my own. And sometimes, here's the other key, y'all. Sometimes we got to consider the source of who we're asking as well, because we may not need to ask everyone for everything. And whether that's a job or at home or whatever, sometimes we do have to be selective about those people, because some people would use it against you. You're right. You're absolutely right. Some people could use it against you. At the end of the day, though, if you are asking for what you need to be the best you by getting access to whatever that thing is, then you haven't done anything wrong. Again, other people don't have to understand. They don't have to co-sign. They don't have to validate. They don't have to do any of that. But consider your source when you're asking for these things, because everyone doesn't have the capacity to give you that, which is why I say when I ask for what I need, I'm going to ask you, can you do that at the end of it? But I'm going to be really selective before I ask whoever I'm asking. Yolanda says, yes, I've been extremely taken advantage of, which does not feel. No, it doesn't. It doesn't at all. It absolutely doesn't. That's why we create those boundaries as well with other people. But what I'm encouraging you all to consider is create a life where you are not shrinking to just make other people happy in your life. Just, if you're happy, then I'm happy. That's what codependency. If I said there was a soundtrack, well, I'm happy if you're happy. That's the key. If you hear yourself ever say that, well, if you're happy, I'm happy. That is an example. That's a soundtrack for codependent living or behavior. And your happiness is wonderful, but my happiness cannot be predicated upon yours. You understand what I mean? My happiness is mine. It's created inside out, not outside in. So whether people outside of me are happy or not does not have to impact my capacity to be happy. Now, it may influence my environment, but it doesn't have to change my internal experience. I hope that makes sense, because when we get in position where we're only living for other people's happiness, as soon as they're not happy, guess what's happened? We're all miserable. We're miserable anyway, but we feel even worse because I can't do something to help meet your need, but who's meeting any of mine? When have I asked for anything that I needed? Y'all, we have to get to a position where we can ask for those things, but ask the right people. Everybody doesn't need to be asked. That's the thing we have to consider. Who are we asking for these things? And when we learning to not be codependent, now here's a cure for that. If you want to know the cure, if you want to know the cure for codependency, it is self-love. It is self-love, which means that I love myself enough that I will do the things that are necessary to get my needs met. Just like you meet everybody else's needs in your life because you love them. See, love is measured by sacrifice. You sacrifice a great amount of who you are on a daily basis for people that you love. I know you do. I'm not at your house, but I know you do. Whoever that is in your life, you sacrifice a lot: time, energy, space, money, whatever it is. You sacrifice an extraordinary amount for people that you love. How much of that same kind of sacrifice do you make for yourself as you demonstrate self-love for you? And when I'm saying sacrifice, maybe it's a little bit of pride that I got to sit down or lay down so I can get my needs met, so I can take care of me, because I can't do everything by myself. To consider, y'all. I said that's showing up the truth. It is the truth, and sometimes we don't consider that, y'all, as being important. I'm talking about the 12 days of Christmas to survive the holidays, but even more so, how to create transformations on my day-to-day living that can move the needle and push me closer to the life that I want to have, the one that I would be excited about. The one you're excited about is the one that you create for yourself, where your needs are being met and you are happy. You're filled with joy from the inside out, not the outside in. We cannot wait for other people to provide that for us. We have to create it for ourselves. But many times we have to ask for what we need that contributes to that experience. That's all I'm saying. So I'm hopeful that you consider that. We all suffer with this in different levels with different people at different times. Whether it, like Ty said, maybe it's a job, maybe it's at home with your family, maybe it's with people at the church. Oh Lord, sometimes we need help spiritually, but do we go to another sister? Do we go to another brother? Do we say, hey, I'm struggling here. I need some help. There's no shame in that. It's more shameful to sit beside on the side of the road and be about to die because you have no food and you have not been fed and you got folks around you who could assist you and you never open your mouth. And then I'm mad at y'all because y'all didn't bring me no food. That's just not right. It's not fair on any level. So I'm encouraging you to consider how to get what you want for Christmas is ask for what you need. How to get what you need out of life is ask for what you need. TC says, yes, Lord, I sacrifice a lot. You do. I know you do, TC, for people in your life. Yolanda says mercy. Church folks, not church. I'm telling you, on either side of the fence, Yolanda, they can be on the right side or the left side. People are people, period. Wherever they are, people are always just people, aren't they? They are. But when you love you enough, remember, this is the cure. This is the cure for codependency. This is the cure for how you can assert yourself and not feel any shame or guilt about it. Love yourself enough that you will ask for what you need in order to create a life that you can feel amazing about, whether that is spiritual, financial, emotional, relationship-wise, all of that. All of that. Ask for what you need. Love you enough to do it. It really is a byproduct of how much you love and care about yourself. It just is. It's kind of like saying, if you're sitting in the house and you got a broke leg, are you just not going to go to the hospital because you're afraid them folks going to look at you and say, well, can't you just fix that on your own? No, you're going to the hospital. You're going to ask for some help. But we don't think about that in other aspects of life. So I'm just encouraging you, family, to consider. Ask for what you need. Love yourself enough to be clear that I can ask for it. And that's the second piece. Whenever you ask, be clear. I said that earlier. What I need from you is, dot dot dot. Be specific. Don't just say, well, I need you to do better. Yeah, that, I don't know what that means. Do better is too vague. It doesn't mean anything. I can't tie that to nothing. There's no way for me to know if I'm doing better. What I need from you is to listen to me when I talk. What I need from you is to be available when I come home, because I may need time to just decompress. What I need from you is, if you can have cook dinner for me at least one night a week. What I need from you is clean the bathroom at least once. You know what I'm saying? Be specific about what it is you're asking for. When we ask vaguely, folks don't know what to provide, and then we're mad when they don't do it. But we didn't give them any specifics which to follow. And then once you ask, be sure to ask, can you do that? Is that possible? Are you willing to do that? Ask that question for clarity. And that way, we're all clear about where we are. If they say no, they can't, well, at least you asked. They can't deliver that, then you can deal with that at that point. Just saying. So I'm hopeful that this message speaks to you in the sense, not just getting what you want for Christmas, but really getting what you want out of life. I want you to create a life that you can feel excited about every single day. Does it mean it's perfect? No. But it means that it is perfectly created because you're constantly working on it. You got to do the work, family. If you're not doing any work, this whole thing doesn't even make any sense. Even the word says to make your request known to God. There you go, Yolanda. I'm not making this stuff up, right? I am not making this stuff up. He says, make your request known. He says, write it down, make it plain. I'm just saying. He said, ask for what you need. It's all there. It's all there. So I'm hopeful that this is helpful for you tonight as you are preparing for the last couple of days before we get to Christmas. I'm super excited about it. We got 8, 9, 10, 11. We got 4 more days left, 4 more nights to Christmas. And just hang in there with me because I'm enjoying the time with you. I'm looking forward to seeing you again on tomorrow night. Remember, your next transformation, family, is actually only one decision away. Make it a great one. Assert yourself tomorrow. Ask someone for something that you need. Love yourself enough that you won't yield your happiness just for someone else's, and you sit in misery just so they can be happy. Find a way. We can all be happy here together, perhaps, but we got to make sure that we're getting our needs met as well. Okay. Have a great night, family. I will see you on tomorrow night. Thank you for the blessing, Dr. Sister. I love you much. Love you guys too. Y'all have a wonderful evening. I will see you tomorrow night, 9 o'clock. See you again. Have a great night. Bye-bye.